The company's annual party. Everyone got a prank scratch-off card that could win $14 million. I didn't bother scratching mine and just took it home. After my shower, the ticket was gone and my wife looked nervous. I was about to tell her it was just a prank, but then my mother-in-law rushed in yelling, "Sweetheart, divorce him now. He's useless. You're a billionaire now. You can find a better man anywhere." Without thinking twice, my wife agreed. "Okay, Mom, I've already booked an appointment. I'll get the divorce tomorrow." She then looked at me and said calmly, "You're not going to claim the ticket is yours, right?" I checked. Scratch-offs are anonymous. Whoever holds it owns it. Ted, my mom's right. You're not good enough for me anymore. My heart dropped. I quietly put away the gift I bought her with my multi-million-dollar year-end bonus. If she, I thought, wasn't good enough, then she didn't deserve any of it. Did you hear her? Pack your stuff and leave. You're an adult. Don't tell me you still want the house after the divorce. My mother-in-law, Michelle, pointed at me smugly. Even though my daughter is rich now, she's not stupid. She's put up with you for years. It's only fair she asked for some emotional compensation. I stare at my wife, Camilla, shocked. It took me a moment to speak. You really want a divorce, Camilla? Camilla looked at me with open disdain. Yes. We've been married 5 years, and I've never even had a Hermes bag. What good are you? You never gave me a good life, so don't blame me for divorcing you now that I have money. It suddenly felt ridiculous. For 5 years, I gave her my entire $7,000 monthly salary. Even the house and car we bought were in her name only. The bags I bought her weren't Hermes, but they were still very expensive, yet she still claimed I never gave her a good life. When I stayed quiet, Michelle thought I was disagreeing and started yelling. Don't tell me you want to steal my daughter's lottery ticket. It's hers and none of your business. You never supported her, and now you're after her money. Shameless people say Camilla married a freighter. Looks like they were right. Camilla turned and said, Mom, stop. It's too embarrassing to talk about. They didn't know the company planned to promote me to general manager and give me 5% of the shares. If she'd stayed, Camilla would have lived a rich life, but now she lost that chance. I glanced at them and said coldly, that scratch-off was given to me at the company party. All my coworkers can confirm it. Camilla grabbed her pocket and kicked me. Are you insane over money, Ted? Don't you have any shame? Scratch-off tickets are anonymous. Whoever holds it owns it, right? Then someone burst in from outside. He grabbed Camilla in excitement. Camilla, is it true? You really won $14 million? The person who ran in was my friend, Derek. When I was chasing Camilla, he was the one giving me advice. I never imagined he'd be lifting her up right in front of me now. And Camilla told him the moment she thought she'd won. It was clear they weren't just friends. Camilla stopped pretending. She hugged Derek's neck and said sweetly, it's true. Derek, from now on, I'll take care of you. I think you brought me luck. You kissed me today, so this money should also belong to you. My mind went blank. He stole the ticket from me, yet I got nothing. But Derek kissed her, and suddenly he deserved part of the money. Watching them made me sick. I remembered when I first met her. She was feeding a stray cat. Her kindness and innocence drew me in. I chased her for 3 years, and after we got together, I treated her with all my heart. I remembered feeling ashamed a few years ago when the company was struggling and I couldn't use my bonus to buy her a gift. Now that things had finally gotten better and I received a multi-million-dollar bonus, this fake lottery ticket made me see how foolish all my efforts have been. I took a deep breath. Fine, we can divorce, but what about the baby you're carrying? Just then, Camilla covered her mouth and ran to the bathroom where she started gagging. Michelle rushed after her. Ugh, it's that brat in your stomach again, isn't it? I tried to follow, but she shoved me aside. Don't touch my daughter. The father is useless and disgusting, and the child is trash. After throwing up, Camilla stared at her stomach in disgust. I don't want this baby. When she said that, I actually felt relieved. I felt a little sorry for the baby, but knowing that after the divorce I'd have nothing to do with her anymore made me feel better. She grabbed her phone to schedule an abortion. I don't care if I'm already 3 months in. I'm getting rid of it. I'm a billionaire now. Why would I keep a child with a useless man? Michelle jumped in. Exactly. Get rid of it. We're rich now. You can have more kids later if you want. I acted angry and said, you cheated on me with Derek. You shouldn't get anything in the divorce. She yelled, Ted, are you even a man? You never made me feel secure, so I fell for Derek. This is your fault. You should be the one leaving with nothing. Derek wrapped his arm around her and said, Camilla, last month when Ted was on a business trip, I stayed with you for days. Let's do a DNA test. If the child is mine, we can get married. Last month, I suddenly remember a night when I video called Camilla. She was sweating and out of breath, saying she was exercising. Now I understood. She had been cheating on me with Derek. Seeing I was quiet, Camilla panicked and snapped, Ted, you don't get to refuse. If you agree to a divorce, I might even let you keep the house. I nodded, pretending to be heartbroken. Fine, I'll keep the house. Let's get the divorce done now. When I said that, Camilla hurried off, afraid I might change my mind. A City Hall staff member handed us some papers. Have you finished dividing your property? Camilla grabbed a pen and wrote quickly. The house goes to Ted, and the savings don't matter. He's penniless anyway. Michelle nodded, sneering. Just a divorce, and you get a house for free? Ted, you're unbelievable. I stayed silent and signed the divorce papers. Once both signatures were done, Camilla sighed in relief and left with Derek to go to the hospital. Michelle glared at me. We haven't gotten the divorce certificate yet. You're coming too. If they ask you to sign anything, you'll sign it. Otherwise, my daughter can take that house back anytime. I reluctantly agreed, hiding my disgust. I needed more proof of Camilla's affair. The doctor checked the ultrasound and said, we need a non-invasive prenatal paternity test. Normally takes 5 to 7 business days, but with rush service, it can be done in under 2 days. Rush it. Camilla shouted. I've got plenty of money. Do it now. If the child is Ted's, set up an abortion immediately. Abortion? Someone called from the hallway. My mother ran over, out of breath, holding the medical report. Camilla, are you really going to abort my grandson? I suddenly remembered she had come for a checkup today. I didn't expect to see her. Camilla sneered. We're divorced. If I want to hurt the child, it's none of your business. Mother grabbed Camilla's hand. Did Ted bully you? Tell me. Camilla shoved her away. You're not my mother. You're disgusting. Now that I have money, you're pretending to care. Forget it. Your whole family stays out of this. Mother stepped back, clutching her head, pale. Mom, I quickly studied her. It's okay. Let her hit me if she wants. I can handle it. My mother shook in my arms, her lips purple. No, no, you old witch, Michelle shouted at my mother. Even if you're alive, my daughter will never be with your useless son, and that child in her belly might not even be his. Hearing this, my mother's face twisted in pain. I knew it was serious. Yes, she was having signs of stroke. I panicked and shouted for help. Someone hurry. My mom's having stroke. Derek sneered. Camilla, don't listen to them. They just want your money. Now that you're rich. Before the divorce, Camilla sneered. What a clumsy trick. Your mom is just trying to scam me. I barely used any force. If she dies, it's not my problem. I was shocked. My mother usually treated her better than her own son, feeding her every day and even using her pension to send her on trips. After learning she was pregnant, she quickly bought 100 grams of gold for her. But now she was speaking badly. Before I could respond, she rushed off with Derek and Michelle. I ignored her and took my mother to the emergency room. 30 minutes later, I saw Derek's newest update in a video. Camilla and Derek were kissing passionately at the city's priciest bar, shouting, I'll pay for everything. Pay for everything. This bar cost at least $2,000 per person. I scoffed and blocked Camilla's family payment service and credit card. A few hours later, Camilla angrily called me. Ted, why did you cancel my card? Come pay the bill now. I laughed in frustration and said, we're getting a divorce, and you still want me to pay for your things? Camilla, do you think I'm crazy? She paused, then said, I'll pay you back tomorrow when I get my $700,000 prize. You're really arguing over that? I said nothing, hung up, and blocked her number. Did she really think I'd still spoil her? Did she really think all that money was hers? After hanging up, I called another number. Hello, Detective Herbert? I need your help with a case. The next morning, I sat by my mother's bedside. She was pale, unconscious, and in very bad shape. The doctor said she had suffered mental shock and physical trauma and needed rest to have any chance of waking up. I nodded and went out to buy breakfast. Then I saw Camilla and her group. I suddenly remembered the hospital was close to the lottery prize center. They stopped when they saw me. Camilla glared at me angrily. You blocked me after $700,000? You're unbelievable. I had to promise the bar in front of everyone that I'd pay today. I'll get back at you after I claim the prize. She was with several heavily made-up girlfriends. I had warned Camilla to stay away from them, but she secretly stayed in touch. They shot me a few nasty sideways glances. I heard your mom had a stroke and is in the hospital. It costs thousands a day. If you can't afford it, just take her home and let her die. Look at his grim face, probably begging Camilla for money to save her. Derek put his arm around her. Camilla, don't be soft. That worthless family should be wiped out. Let's go claim the prize. Once we have the money, we'll deal with him slowly. Camilla's eyes lit up. She sneered, Ted, you're nothing without me. I'll show you what $14 million can do. Today you'll be furious. Michelle said smugly as she followed. Just then, a van stopped in front of us, and 3 to 5 burly men got out. The leader, a muscular man with tattooed arms, growled. Last night's bar bill was $700,000, and you promised to pay today. Camilla startled and snapped. What are you afraid of? I'm not running away. Derek quickly shielded Camilla. Relax, it's just $700,000. We'll pay once we leave. Listen, we're the bar's VIPs now. If you disrespect us again, I'll fire you. They rolled their eyes and walked into the prize center. Camilla confidently gave a lottery ticket to the staff. Hi, I want to redeem a $14 million prize. The staff took the ticket, checked it carefully, and scanned it. After a beep, the machine said, invalid lottery ticket. The staff member scanned the ticket again. Then a red message appeared on the screen. Invalid lottery ticket. Camilla froze. What? The employee frowned. Ma'am, this ticket isn't registered in our system. That's impossible. Camilla slammed her hand on the counter. Scan it again. The employee did. Same result. Invalid. Camilla's face drained of color. Derek stepped forward. Maybe your machine is broken. She's holding a $14 million winning ticket. The employee looked at him like he was insane. There is no $14 million prize attached to this ticket. Camilla's breathing became heavier. But I scratched it myself. Ma'am, that doesn't prove anything. She grabbed the ticket and shoved it toward him. Look at the numbers. They're right there. The employee examined it carefully. Then he laughed. Not a nervous laugh. A genuine laugh. Miss, this is a promotional joke ticket. The entire room went silent. Camilla's mouth fell open. A what? A joke ticket. These were handed out at company parties. They're printed to look like winning scratch-offs. Derek stared at her. Michelle stared at her. The girls behind them stared at her. Camilla slowly turned toward me. I was standing near the entrance, holding my breakfast bag, and I was smiling. I couldn't help it. After everything they had said to me last night, watching Camilla's expression collapse was almost therapeutic. She stormed toward me. You knew. I took a bite of my sandwich. Yep. Her eyes widened. You knew it was fake? Yep. And you let me divorce you? I shrugged. You were very enthusiastic about it. Her face twisted. You bastard. I laughed. Careful, Camilla. That's not a very billionaire way to speak. You deliberately tricked me. I nearly choked laughing. I tricked you. You pointed at You stole my ticket. You called me useless. You kicked me. You celebrated divorcing me. You announced that you'd abort our baby because I wasn't rich enough. Then you ran off with your boyfriend and spent $700,000 you didn't have. I spread my hands. And somehow I'm the villain? Derek stepped forward. Don't get cocky. Even if the ticket is fake, Camilla still has money coming. I looked at him. From where? He hesitated. Her prize. I burst out laughing again. There is no prize. Derek's face went pale. I walked closer. Did you seriously spend the entire night kissing a married woman because you thought she had $14 million? He said nothing. I grinned. Wow, that's pathetic. Camilla screamed. Shut up. No. I looked her straight in the eyes. You spent 5 years telling me I wasn't good enough because I couldn't buy you a Hermes bag. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone. Remember this? I opened my banking app. Camilla glanced down. Her expression changed. My account balance was visible. Her eyes widened. What is that? Money. How much? I smiled. Enough. I showed her another screen. A message from the company CEO. Congratulations, Ted. Your promotion to general manager is approved. Your annual compensation package, including your 5% equity stake, will be finalized Monday. Camilla stared at the message. Her lips trembled. You're getting promoted? Yep. How much is the equity worth? I shrugged. More than that fake $14 million ticket. Her face went completely white. Michelle snatched my phone. She read the message twice. Then, 3 times. Her smug expression disappeared. But the lottery, I laughed. Your daughter never won anything. I took my phone back. She stole a fake ticket from me and destroyed her marriage over it. Camilla looked like she was about to collapse. You knew I'd divorce you. No. I smiled. I knew you'd regret it. She grabbed my arm. Ted, wait. I pulled away. Don't touch me. But we're still legally. No. I held up the signed divorce papers. You already signed. Her eyes darted toward them. But the certificate hasn't been issued. Exactly. I smiled. Which means I still have one more thing to say. I leaned closer. You want a rich man? I pointed toward Derek. Congratulations. Derek immediately stepped backward. Camilla stared at him. Derek. He cleared his throat. Camilla. What? I think we should talk privately. I laughed. Oh, absolutely. I looked at him. Talk about who pays that $700,000 bar bill. Derek's face turned ugly. That's her bill. Camilla whipped around. You said you'd help me. I thought you had 14 million. I started laughing so hard my stomach hurt. There it was. The beautiful truth. Derek hadn't loved Camilla. He loved her imaginary money. And Camilla hadn't loved me. She loved what she thought money could buy her. I looked between them. You two deserve each other. Camilla suddenly grabbed my sleeve again. Ted, please. I stared at her. Please what? Give me another chance. I laughed directly in her face. Another chance? She nodded desperately. I made a mistake. No. I was confused. No. I was angry. No. I'll return the ticket. I smiled. You stole a worthless piece of paper. Her face crumbled. I'll leave Derek. Derek immediately shouted, what? I shook my head. You still don't understand. I leaned toward Camilla. You didn't lose me because of the lottery ticket. I tapped her chest. You lost me because the moment you thought I was poor, you showed me exactly what you really thought of me. Her tears began falling. I didn't feel sorry for her. Not anymore. I turned around. Enjoy your new life. Camilla shouted behind me. Ted. I kept walking. Then I stopped. I turned back with a grin. Oh, one more thing. Everyone looked at me. The house you generously gave me? I smiled. I checked the deed this morning. Camilla's face changed. It was never actually yours. I held up the document. I bought it before we married. Her mouth opened. And since you insisted everything should belong to whoever legally owned it, I waved the deed. Guess who owns the house? Michelle's knees nearly buckled. Camilla stared at me in horror. I smiled. That's right. I pointed at myself. Me. Then I walked out, leaving them standing there with their fake lottery ticket, their $700,000 bar bill, and absolutely nothing to celebrate. For 5 years, I'd spent every cent trying to give Camilla a better life. Now she had given me the greatest gift imaginable. Freedom. And the funniest part? My real fortune hadn't even started yet. Camilla chased after me. Ted, wait. I kept walking. She grabbed my sleeve. I said wait. I yanked my arm away. You should have thought about that before calling me useless. But I didn't know. Exactly. I turned around, smiling. You didn't love me. You loved what you thought my money could give you. Derek came running after her. Camilla, forget him. We can figure this out. I laughed. Figure what out? The fake lottery ticket. Derek's face darkened. You're enjoying this? Absolutely. I pointed at him. You kissed another man's wife because you thought she was worth $14 million. Then you immediately started planning your wedding. I looked at Camilla. And you threw away a 5-year marriage because you thought a piece of paper made you a billionaire. I shook my head. You two are perfect for each other. Then my phone rang. It was my boss. Ted, congratulations. The board finalized everything. You're officially the new general manager. Your 5% company stake is also approved. I put on speaker. Camilla's face collapsed. My boss continued. And your bonus has been increased. Accounting will transfer the full amount today. Thank you, sir. I hung up. Camilla stared at me. How much? I smiled. Enough that I don't need you. She grabbed my hand. Ted, please. We can start over. I pulled away. Start over. She nodded frantically. I'll divorce Derek. I'll give up everything. I'll be a good wife. I laughed. You already divorced me. Her eyes filled with tears. You haven't gotten the certificate yet. Don't worry. I held up my phone. I've already submitted everything. Her face went pale. I leaned closer. You want to know what $14 million could do? I grinned. Nothing. I pointed at the fake ticket in her hand. But knowing you destroyed your marriage for it, I laughed. That was priceless. Derek suddenly grabbed Camilla's arm. I'm done with this. She stared at him. What? You don't have 14 million. He released her. I thought you were rich. Camilla's face twisted. You used me. He scoffed. You used Ted. Then he walked away. Camilla stood there completely abandoned. Michelle rushed toward me. Ted, listen. Camilla was emotional. We could discuss this. I looked at her. Discuss what? The marriage. I smiled. There's no marriage. Then the house. I laughed. You told me to leave. I pulled out the deed. You gave me the house. Michelle's face turned white. And you said whoever holds something owns it. I waved the document. So I'll be keeping it. I walked away. Behind me, Camilla screamed my name. I didn't turn around. For 5 years, I had begged for her love. Now she was begging for mine. And I couldn't stop smiling. Because she had spent everything chasing $14 million. Only to discover she'd thrown away the man who was about to become worth far more. 6 months later, my life was almost unrecognizable. I was officially the company's youngest general manager. My 5% stake had already made me wealthy, and the company's value continued climbing. I moved into a beautiful new house, bought my mother the best medical care available, and spent every day making sure she had everything she needed. Eventually, she woke up. The first thing she asked was whether I was still married to Camilla. I laughed. No, Mom. I'm free. She smiled weakly. Good. Find someone who loves you when you're broke, not when you're rich. I will. Meanwhile, Camilla's life collapsed. The paternity test showed that Derek was the father of her baby. Derek immediately disappeared. He refused to marry her and demanded that she take responsibility for the child herself. The $700,000 bar bill also became a nightmare. Since Camilla couldn't pay it, the bar sued her. Her family tried selling their possessions to cover the debt, but their lifestyle had already swallowed almost everything they had. And the funniest part? The fake lottery ticket became famous inside my company. Every year at the Christmas party, employees received the same joke scratch-off. Whenever someone got one, they would laugh and say, "Careful, you might end up like Camilla." I never corrected them. As for me, I kept working. One afternoon, my boss handed me a contract. 5% wasn't enough. I looked at the new offer. Another 10% in company shares. I grinned. I suppose I'll take it. Then I noticed someone waiting outside the conference room. A woman from a marketing department. She smiled at me. "Coffee." I smiled back. "Sure." My boss chuckled as I left. "Looks like you finally found someone." I shook my head. "I'm not looking for a wife." The woman beside me laughed. "Good. I'm not looking for a husband either." We walked toward the elevator together. For the first time in years, I wasn't trying to prove my worth to anyone. I didn't need Camilla to regret leaving me. I didn't need Derek to regret betraying me. And I certainly didn't need a lottery ticket to become successful. Camilla had taught me something valuable. When someone shows you exactly how little they value you, believe them. Then let them live with the consequences. As the elevator doors closed, I smiled. I had lost a wife, a marriage, 5 years of my life. But I had gained something far better. My freedom. And, apparently, a fortune that was only getting started.